Welcome back to Hematitehomestead. We're going to go take a look at the pallet Farrowing barn build. All right, real quick before we get too far into this, I knew I was missing some footage in the last two videos we put up on this, and I knew I took video standing these walls up, and I thought I lost it, but I moved on to the next video. I ended up finding the footage. Check that out real quick. We've actually done a lot on this building without any cameras at all. It's rained every single day that I've been off. I was at work for 12 straight days without being home while the sun was out. And when I finally got home, it was raining, and braved the rain and got up on this thing and worked on it anyway. And it's been super, super windy. Every time the rainstorms moved out, the wind moved in. And it's crazy windy, and I just can't record under those conditions. So we've done a little bit of work since we've spent some time with you, and we're going to go over that now. Right off the bat, I made a change up here. Somebody on Facebook commented that my birds' mouths were too deep and potentially reducing the strength of those boards by 50%. I was going to leave it, but the more I thought about it, I also wanted to get this roof up a little higher. I wanted it higher than what it ended up being, even with this, but I ended up getting some Simpson strong ties and redoing all that, and they're actually just sitting on top of this beam here, and got Simpson strong ties to hold those in place. These beams, again, I wanted this to be higher than what it is, and it's plenty tall enough here, you know. That's kind of what I had in mind at this point, but it slopes way too down for me, and I just doesn't think it's very appealing. That's personally me. Kelly thinks it's fine, and it is. It's just the only way I could have fixed it is to go back and got some 10-foot post, and I didn't want to spend any more money on it, so I just sucked it up and finished it out like this. All right, I've been calling this the one-man build, but I have had a little bit of help. You already saw Kelly help me put the walls up, help me stand the walls up. My son Logan came up and helped me put all these deck boards up on the roof. And Kelly, the following day, helped me put the deck boards up on that portion of the roof. So we've come in here and we're about ready to start putting stalls in. I put these windows in. All of this frame here is not structurally supporting anything. It's only there so that I could put windows in and have something to attach the siding to. We're going to use siding from these pallets over here. We're going to take these boards off of these pallets, and that's what's going inside this whole thing. I think the only boards that have any structural integrity in this is the one that runs across up here, and I kind of used it because I need some more bracing and ties in the whole thing. And it would have been pretty wobbly if I hadn't connected this and this in. We still haven't put the concrete in. We're going to do that this week, I hope. I think I'm ready and comfortable with where everything's at, that we need to go ahead and do that. It is a little bit shaky. Put in lots of bracing. These braces here and here, and braced in the corners there, and add some bracing up here in the trusses. Also here's some corner bracing in here. Oh, I haven't done this side because I haven't put this beam up here yet. A real carpenter, a professional carpenter, somebody does it for a living, will tell you that this is crap, for lack of a better term. And it is. But again, it doesn't need to hold anything structurally. I just need something to attach the siding to. I mean, it's a pole barn, it's a pallet barn, and this is kind of what we did on the Farrowing barn that we're using now, except I put OSB siding on it. It's pole barn with 2x4s that run this way, and we put OSB on that, and then sided it with pallet boards. This is only going to have pallet boards on it, just like we did the barn over there. I got to figure out how I'm going to do doors on the front. I'm still thinking that through my head. Thinking all kinds of crazy ideas right now, but I think I probably want to do what's going to be easiest and take the least amount of time. Barren time is creeping up on us real quick. Like I already mentioned, we had big outage at work, and 12 days in a row I didn't even get home to enable to do anything. I was able to squeeze in a little bit yesterday. Kelly helped me put this wall up yesterday, and we got to do that wall over there, and then we'll be ready to start putting stalls in. And the stalls are going to be basic pallet built, and they're going to sit right on the ground. There's not going to be much to that, and I should be able to knock that out pretty quick. So the longest things I got to do is get the roof on. We're hoping to get the roof on this week, get the concrete poured in all these holes, give it a little more stability there, and then figure out what we're going to do for pasture. So I had a pasture plan, and I'm kind of struggling with that now because we already talked about my drain field. My drain field actually starts right here and goes this way. I can't put any posts in the ground there. The problem that I didn't think about, that I thought about during a sleepless night, I think, it popped up in the middle of the night and thought about it. So our septic tank is right around there somewhere, not exactly, but in that ballpark. It goes out this way to a splitter box that goes to the old drain field, which is down in there somewhere, from back when there used to be a trailer was in this area, roughly. And I think there was some type of house that burned down many years ago, back like where we park our cars are, in the area where the Farrowing barn is. So anyway, there's a septic tank that we demolished when we built the house, was up in that area on the other side of that tree, and the drain field for it goes down through there. Problem is, the splitter box is in here somewhere. I don't remember where it's at, and it goes from the septic tank to the splitter box, and then it splits to the drain field down that way, and the drain field right here that we had to add when we built the house because the septic system for the house that used to be here was too small for what we built. With all that being said, I'm kind of afraid to put T-post in the ground because I don't want to go through that pipe or splitter box. I think it's probably deeper than we'll ever put a T-post, but man, it scares me to death. I don't want to take any risk of damaging our septic system and have to redo any of that. All right, thanks a lot for watching. No action in this video, and I really hate that. I can't stand making videos where we're not actually doing something. I don't like walking around talking. It drives me crazy. I don't think it's what people want to see. But It's kind of where we're at on it right now. And hopefully there's going to be a lot of action on it this week. If I get off work at my normal time this week, daylight saving time started 2 weeks ago, I think. So we got some daylight left in the evenings, and I'll be able to do a lot. Once I get the roof on it, I can get some lighting put up in here, and we'll be able to do all the inside work anytime we want to. So still a lot of work left to go. So far, we're still at about $240 in this build. I bought these treated posts that are on the front supporting it. I bought the 2x6s that are on this side of the roof because I needed longer ones than we had in the rough cut lumber available. And I bought some long 2x4s that make up the top rail on the other side. And all the other 2x4s we already had on site for a different project that never took place. So I used them over here and not counting that in my roll up. And as always, I never count the hardware because we always keep hardware on site. If there was something I had to specifically have just for this, I would probably include it in there, but it's all the same types of screws and nails and things that we use all the time and always have on hand. We're going to have around $900 in the roof. If it's still the price it was, I priced it at 2 weeks ago. I haven't been able to get down there and order it yet. So that's going to put us at a little bit over $1,000 in this build. So a little bit of comparison, I saw a prefab shed type building was 21 feet by 16 feet, and it was $11,400. This building right here, when all said and done with, after I run electricity to it, which is going to be a little bit costly, and the roof, we're going to have about $1,400 to $2,000. There's a pretty wide range there. I'm not sure what those two things are going to end up at. And this is bigger. This is 22 feet by 21 feet, so more square footage, and so way cheaper than going out and buying a pre-built shed and putting it up somewhere. This also will have electricity in it. The pre-built shed does not, so that would be an added cost on top of that $11,400 that we would have to invest into that. So that's what we try and do on the homestead. Always try and repurpose and reuse everything we can get and keep our costs down to the minimum. We're going to farrow the 2 early May litters are going to happen right here, and we'll put the late May litter over in the old farrowing place. So, all right. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm rambling on now, so I'm going to stop. Hit that subscribe button. Follow along everything we're doing here at Hematitehomestead, Kunekune.